This is the Mighty Oaks Daily Devotional. My name is Jeremy Stallnecker. And today, as we continue working through the Psalms, we come to the 52nd Psalm, Psalm 52. And there are some themes that you find throughout the Psalms, and this is one of them in the 52nd Psalm. It's the theme of the evil man. The Bible calls them the evil man. It says in verse number 1, "Why boasteth thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of God endureth continually." And then it goes on and talks about the evil man. This is really a description of someone who's not putting their trust or their faith or their confidence in God. And this is someone who is trying to do life on their own, and someone who's built something that they are very proud of, but they look at what they've built and they take full credit for it. That's what we have outlined for us at the beginning of this psalm, and this is a theme throughout the Psalms. The theme, though, goes from a man who rejects God and says he doesn't need God and does everything on his own, to finding destruction in his life because he wasn't enough. The reality that is communicated throughout the Psalms is that only when our confidence, our hope, our assurance is put in God can we have actual hope, confidence, and assurance. Because eventually our ability will fall short. That's what this psalm is talking about. And in contrast, the psalmist says this in verse number 8, "But I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in the mercy of God forever and ever. I will praise thee forever because thou hast done it. I will wait on thy name, for it is good before thy saints." It is good before thy saints. Remember, we just came out of the 51st Psalm where David is acknowledging his sin before God. He's asking forgiveness. He's requesting that God cleanses him. He explains in the 51st Psalm that as God cleanses him, he will once again be a testimony to others, pointing others to God. And that's what he declares, the psalmist here in the 52nd Psalm, that his confidence, his hope is in God. And as his confidence is in God, he says that he is like a green olive tree. He is that tree that's growing with deep roots, nourished and producing fruit. And that's what all of us should want, is to be that green tree with the deep roots that produces fruit. His confidence is in God. Why? He says, "I will wait on thy name, for it is good before thy saints." God can be trusted. And the psalmist here, David, he explains this. And I think this is super important for a lot of reasons. One, it's a reality that ultimately God is the one in whom we should place our trust. But what we see in this psalm and elsewhere is that David, the psalmist, is making this declaration before kind of the bottom drops out of the man who rejects God. He's watching someone who right now looks prosperous. He's viewing someone who's doing it his own way and seems to be reaping the rewards or the benefit. But there's a confidence in that, a focus, if you will, that even when it seems like those around us are doing things the wrong way and prospering, real longevity, real confidence, real growth and producing of fruit comes when our hope is in God. God who cannot change. God who has a plan that will ultimately come to pass. God who wants to have a relationship with us and make that a relationship that is eternal in nature. Listen, if your focus is on what others are doing, your focus is in the wrong place. If your focus is on seemingly those who are doing things the wrong way and somehow prospering, you need to take your eyes off of them and put your eyes on God and re-engage with your commitment to do things, to do life, to live, to speak, to think, to act in ways that honor and glorify him. And in that moment, you will be able to, as the psalmist, as David said, praise God forever because of what he's done, and wait on him because his name is good before the saints. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow for another Mighty Oaks Daily Devotional. For more information about the Mighty Oaks Foundation and the work that we do for veterans, active duty service members, and first responders, please visit mightyoaksprograms.org.